a reflection on Pele's recent passing, Pele's death. Pele's death is a reminder of the influence that football has on people and cultures. While arguably the greatest player of all time, it is clear he was more than that for both the people of Brazil and the rest of the world. Pele's career and approach to life should be an inspiration to us all. The joy that he brought to the game and to the sport on an international level reminds us that a unifying force of positivity can go a long way in making meaning out of life for many. In some sense, and to a degree, the idea of working hard but playing even harder was personified in Pele as a household name and larger than life cultural icon in the world of sports and entertainment. Football will miss Pele. Those that continue his legacy by retelling his story are sure to inspire generations of fans that follow the beautiful game.
I wanted to take a moment and reflect on the life of Pele and kind of what he meant to myself due to his recent passing. Everyone knows Pele was one of the greatest soccer players of all time. And when I first heard the news of his passing, I was really saddened. But at the same time, it allowed an opportunity for myself and others to reflect on the great legacy that he had, not just in Brazil, but worldwide, including the United States. A lot of people forget that in the United States, soccer, it's still not our number one sport, but the popularity of it has grown substantially over the years. And I think that's a direct impact on the influence that Pele had on the game, as well as Maradona. And in the 1980s, you start seeing public schools offering soccer as a sport. And prior to that, you didn't really see that in the US at the public school level. Um, and now, all the success that Team USA is having, qualifying for the World Cup and getting World Cup bids, I think are directly related to individuals getting influenced and interested in the game back from when Pele and Maradona were playing. And so, like several others, when I think of soccer and who represents it, I think Pele first and foremost. And the impact he left, the legacy he left, is so impactful to all the people in the world that got to see him play. The joy he brought to people, the joy he brought to the country of Brazil when they needed it. It's just such a wonderful legacy, and he will definitely be missed. I think one of the things I during the World Cup, I actually heard a story. They covered it briefly about his health declining, and it was such a class act of him to not draw attention to himself and not wanting people to, you know, feel bad about his health situation. And he answered the reporter. I remember reading this quote in the paper. It was something to the extent of, don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'm having fun watching Brazil in the World Cup. That's just such a class act. I don't know how you could be classier than that. And just the joy he brought people, even up until the end, he was worried about other people, not wanting them to feel bad, but to enjoy and celebrate the sport that he loves so much. So Pele will be missed by everyone around the world, including us. And what a life.